Richo, good evening to you. You're looking sartorial.
Good evening to you, Alan, as you always look.
Now, look, you have written that it is an unprecedented problem in Victoria. Daniel Andrews, why is it unprecedented when it's not happening anywhere else?
Well, I mean, that's almost the definition. It's not happening anywhere else, so it must be unprecedented, wouldn't you say?
This is a semantic discussion. But no, it's a serious point. 439 people in hospital over Australia, 418 in Victoria, 47 in ICU, 41 in Victoria. Doesn't that tell you that the bloke is a walking, talking, lecturing failure?
Well, I don't think, premiers can necessarily build walls against diseases. I'm not sure that I'm going to say he's a failure, but I'd have to say the last 2 weeks have not been among his finest hours.
You wrote that as long as he can prevent panic, he'll be earning his salary. Surely you and I agree on this. I've never seen such fear. I mean, in the whole of Australia, 47 cases are serious. I don't get it. A pandemic's a disease that overtakes a nation. Is this a pandemic?
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem to have had much effect at all. Like here in New South Wales, there's virtually no effect. And yet in Victoria, it's a complete mess. So maybe it's just the joys of living in Sydney, but I suspect there's a little more to it than state rivalries. This is a really big problem, really big.
Yes, it's
I think Australia's not faced anything like it.
Well, it's 23% of the economy being shut down. On this border closure, I'm going to have a look at that in just a moment in some detail from Queensland. What do you make of it, the Queensland-New South Wales border?
Well, I understand why Palaszczuk did it. But it having been done, I think it needs now to be opened again, and I think it needs to stay open. I think there was a grand gesture to say to Queenslanders, I'm looking after you. Well, that's fine, that's done. But we're past that now.
Yeah.
And now it's about commerce, it's about travel, it's about a whole lot of things more than that.
Good on you, Graham. Yeah, one woman at Ipswich. And just finally, before we go, Joe Biden. I mean, here's a bloke who may not be able to go the rounds of 3 presidential debates, and he's being advised not to debate. Miranda Devine says he has profound cognitive weaknesses. What do you make of him?
Well, I think, he forgets what the words were going to be at the start of a sentence, and by the time he's at the end, he's got no idea. He talks waffle, and he's a disaster. But then again, look at what he's against. So I doubt very much that he'll lose. I think Biden's pretty much a lay down misère.
And you serious?
It scares me that America can only come up with Trump and Biden as the two who can vote for.
I think the
brilliance. Where is it?
I think the Donald will prevail. But listen, I think you need to go over there and give him a few tips.
Well, you and I'll have a side bet on that. We'll have a side bet.
Listen,
although you nenever pay, you bugger, so there's no point.
I paid. That's not true. Wash your mouth out. That is not true.
Don't believe him. Don't believe him. This bloke is a Welsher, capital W.
You can't go any further. You can't spell Welsher. I'll leave you there. We'll see you next week. Keep well. Keep smiling.
Okay, mate.
Great.